Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Toronto Blue Jays franchise. We are here in Baltimore, Maryland to take on the Orioles. On the mound for the Orioles is the young right-handed pitcher in Dylan Tate, making his first start in the year as he's been primarily used as a lone reliever. And the third batter of the inning will be Rowdy Tellez, who's going to hit a ball against the shift to the left side. That will bounce up against the wall, and it's going to be a 2-out double for Rowdy Tellez here in the top of the first inning. Then the next batter Tate sees would be Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who is then going to pop up to the catcher Severino, who is going to make the catch and now to end the inning. And on the mound for the Blue Jays would be Sean Yamaguchi, making his 22nd start on the year. But we go to the top of the second, which would be Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who's going to hit a deep fly ball to center. This one does look like it's going to get over the wall for a home run, but it's going to bounce off the wall, and that's going to be a leadoff double for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. to lead up the top of the second. The 3-1 count to Edwin Encarnacion. He's going to absolutely demolish a ball to right center, more center field than anything, and that's going to go over the wall for a home run. His 12th home run of the year is quickly 2-0 Blue Jays. They'll then do it for Dylan Tate, as they're going to bring in Miguel Castro, making his 52nd appearance on the year. In the top of the third inning, Rowdy Tellez at the plate. He's going to hit a ball to the right side, and Yastrzemski is going to score all the way from second. It's now a 3-0 ball game. Still on the top of the third, it's Lourdes Gurriel hitting a ball to left center gap. That would be a 2-out double, and there's runners at third and second with 2 men outs. Bases loaded now. Trent Giambrone in a full count pitch is going to hit a fly ball to center, and that's going to be caught by Austin Hayes to end the inning. Danny Barnes will then come out of the bullpen to relieve Miguel Castro, making his 17th appearance on the year. In the top of the fourth, it's Ronald Grichuk in a 3-1 count, who's going to hit a ball to the left field, and that one's going to get over the wall for a line drive home run. The 7th home run of the year. It's now 4-0. In bottom of the fourth is Trey Mancini with a man on, hitting a deep fly ball to center field, and that one's going to get over the wall for a home run as Trey Mancini launches his 20th home run of the year. It's a 2-run shot. The Orioles are within 2. They bring in Evan Phillips out of the bullpen, making his 21st appearance on the year. We go to the top of the 8th, where with no one on, it's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hitting a no-doubt moonshot to left. Another home run for the Blue Jays, his 26th of the year. It's 5-2. Bottom of the 9th now, with Yamaguchi still on. This can be a hit right to the first baseman Tellez's glove, who then takes the runner out at first. That's the ball game. The Toronto Blue Jays win in Baltimore by a score of 5-2. The winning pitcher would be Sean Yamaguchi, who went 9 innings strong with a complete game. The losing pitcher would go to Dylan Tate, who only lasted about 2 innings. No save was recorded, and the player of the game would go to Rowdy Tellez, who went 3 for 4. And now we have a trade to announce, as we have sent catcher Reese McGuire and right-handed pitcher Kelvin Herrera to the Pittsburgh Pirates in exchange for Jacob Stallings, first baseman Mason Martin, and closing pitcher Montana Duropau. We're back at the Rogers Center to take on the Seattle Mariners here in Toronto, Ontario. On the mound for the Blue Jays is our ace in Hyunjin Ryu, making his 26th start on the year. With the mound on first, that's going to be a chopper to the first baseman Rowdy Tellez. He's going to record the out, and that's the inning. And on the mound for the Mariners is Eric Swanson, making his 25th start on the year. With the mound on first, it's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's going to hit a ball to the third baseman Seager, throw to second in time for the out. Bottom of the second with a man on, it's going to be Edwin Encarnacion drawing a walk. So man on first and second, nobody out. They would not convert, however, as Danny Jensen's going to strike out on his slider below the zone for the third out. With a man on third, it's me, Malik Smith, heading a fly ball to center. Yastrzemski is there to make the play, but cannot throw him out at home, as the run does score, and the Mariners take a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the third now, it's Rowdy Tellez, who's going to respond with a home run of his own, or with a home run. It's a line drive shot to left center over the wall for a home run. His 29th home run of the year, it's 1-1. Next man up is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's going to do the exact same thing in the exact same spot. Another solo shot, and the Blue Jays take a 2-1 lead off of Guerrero's 33rd home run. Matt McGill will then come into the ballgame, but we go all the way to the 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on, who's going to hit a deep fly ball to right field. And it's going to be caught by the right fielder Haniger for the out. We then go to the top of the 9th, where man on first for Hyunjin Ryu. It's going to be a base hit to right with man on first and second, one man out. We're going to bring in Ken Giles out of the bullpen, making his 52nd appearance on the air, looking for the save. Shedlon at the plate is going to strike out on an inside two-seamer for out number 2. And Cal Seager will strike out on a high fastball to end the game. A quick game goes by fast as the Blue Jays defeat the Mariners by a score of 2-1. The winning pitcher would go to Hyunjin Ryu, our ace, who went 8 1/3 innings strong. The losing pitcher would go to Eric Swanson, and the save would go to Ken Giles, his 42nd. The player of the game would go to Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who hit the go-ahead home run. And we now make our way to Wrigley Field as we're here to take on the Cubs in an interleague matchup. On the mound for the Cubs would be Gerald Cotton, making his 24th start on the year. In the bottom of the first, Rowdy Tellez in a 3-1 count is going to hit a moonshot to right field into the stands, into the bleachers for a home run. His 32nd home run of the year. It's 1-0. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will then follow up with a no-doubt shot of his own, this time to left field, and they go back-to-back once again. It's 2-0. Nate Pearson will then be on the hill for the Blue Jays, making his 28th start on the year. He would try to have a 1-2-3 inning, but it would be Chris Bryant in a full count, hitting a hanging changeup into the left center field stands for a home run. It's a 1-run ball game off of Bryant's 34th home run of the year. It's 2-1. Top of the second, now Kevin Biggio decides he wants to hit a home run. That one's going to be a pulverizing shot to right center. That one into the bleachers for a home run. His 12th home run of the year. It is 3-1 Blue Jays. Ronald Grichuk decided he also wanted to get it in on a home run action. He launches one to left center, and that one's deep up those stands for another home run. It's 4-1. Bases loaded now for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in a full count is going to hit a chopper to the left side as they go 5-4-3 for the double play, but the run does score. Josh Lindblom to replace the injured Nate Pearson with a man on third and one out. It's going to hit a fly ball to right. Grichuk is there to make the play, but the run does score. It's 6-3. Craig Kimbrell then come in out of the bullpen to relieve Gerald Cotton. But we are midway through this game, and as you can see, Gabriel Guerrero Jr. would then come in for the injured Nate Pearson. 3-2 count, he draws a walk. Leadoff man on first in the top of the 7th. They'll do nothing with it as Austin Voth comes in out of the bullpen to relieve Josh Lindblom. And a 1-2 count to be Jackie Bradley Jr. hitting a fly ball to right center, and Yastrzemski is there to make the play to end the inning. Ryan Tepera will then come in out of the bullpen, the former Blue Jay, making his 74th appearance on the year. First batter he sees is Tellez, who's going to get another base hit up the middle for his 4th hit of the day. It's a man on first and nobody out for Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's going to hit a weak chopper to the shortstop, who's going to turn the 5-4-3 double play. Lourdes Gurriel then, with 2 men out, is going to strike out on an inside sinker to end that top half of the inning. Kyle Ryan would then come in for the top of the 9th. And with 1 man out is Ronald Grichuk once again hitting another no-doubt shot to left. That would be his 3rd home run of the game, his 14th on the year. It's 7-3. For Michael Givens, who would then come in out of the bullpen looking to close this game out. And with 2 outs, it would be Jackie Bradley Jr. hitting a ball to the first baseman Tellez. Touched first, that's the ball game. The Toronto Blue Jays come to Wrigley and defeat the Cubs by a score of 7-3. The winning pitcher would go to Josh Lindblom, who came in relief for the injured Nate Pearson. The losing pitcher would go to Gerald Cotton. No save was recorded. The player of the game would go to Ronald Grichuk, who went 3 for 4 with the 3 home runs, so that's obvious enough. An honorable mention would be Rowdy Tellez, who went 4 for 4 with a home run. Let's go back to the main menu for a stats update. Now it's time to go over the stats for our AAA and AA squads as they approach the end of their season. Each affiliate has one game left, but I thought rather than risking it and simulating the day and me not be able to get the correct stats, I'll just do it a game before the actual season ends. So without further ado, let's get into it. First off, I'll start with the lineups and pitching rotation. Looks like, yes, I did recently call up Michael Geddes, who was the leadoff man in AAA. But for reasons, I'll just replace him with Josh Palacios, but we'll call him Michael Geddes. So leading things off was Michael Geddes, Mitch Walding, Jake Lamb, Otto Lopez, Ty France, Billy McKinney, Patrick Cantwell, Tony Kemp, and Gray Kessinger. Hitting against the lefties, Michael Geddes, Mitch Walding, Jake Lamb, Otto Lopez, Ty France, Billy McKinney, Patrick Cantwell, Gray Kessinger, and Tony Kemp. Riley Adams was in there for the starting catcher spot, but he was struggling a lot, so I just replaced him with Cantwell. And we have Brian McGrady, who should actually be in there for Josh Palacios, if we're really being honest. Then on the bench, Gabriel Guerrero, Jake Lamb, Josh Palacios, Riley Adams. Pitching rotation, we have Cal Quantrill, John Harris, Sean Reed-Foley, Yency Diaz, and Joe Gatto. Lawn relief, Julian Merriweather. Mid relief, Thomas Pannone, Travis Bergen, Montana Durapo, setup man Sam Gaviglio, and closer Melvin Adone. So I can see the roster is pretty depleted. We did call up a lot of guys from AAA to join us in the major leagues, so that's why some of the players are missing. But let's get into the statistics. The person with the most home runs in AAA was shortstop Otto Lopez. Pretty nice surprise there with 20 home runs, 61 RBIs. He batted .304 with a .375 on-base percentage, a .515 slugging, and an .890 OPS. That's a pretty happy player right there. 22 years old, 67 overall. If he's going to be a consistent hitter like that in AAA, he can get the shot at the major leagues to maybe even fill in for the second baseman spot, because we have no idea of what Kevin Biggio is going to do in the future. Next man up was Jake Lamb, who had 16 home runs, 58 RBIs, batted .309 to lead the team, batted .417 on base percentage to lead the team, .490 slugging, and a .907 OPS to lead the team. You can see the OPS is there. Tony Kemp, 97 at bats. He was signed up for a fill-in. Bill McKinney, he even struggled in AAA, so we'll have to see what we want to do with him. Pitchers. Best pitcher in AAA, other than a reliever, would have to go to, I would even say John Harris. He spent some time in the major leagues this year. You can see 26 2/3. Not the greatest, but he did pretty well for himself for being a 61 overall, was that? Yeah, he did pretty well for 61 overall. Then you can see the rest of the stats there. Sean Reed-Foley, I'm going to look to move on from him. He just does not simulate well. His control is not good. His walks per nine are not good. He's a good prospect, but he just does never do well. I don't know why. It's definitely the control and the walks that get him. Take a look at the FIP category. Cal Quantrill 4.81, not good. Merriweather, Adone, Repo, all the relievers are going to have lower FIPs. But see, John Harris, a sub 4 FIP, that's not bad. All right, let's take a look at the league leaders in AAA. Batting average, Matt Duffy just beats out Jake Lamb. We have Jake Lamb, Otto Lopez up there in the top 5. Steven Wren batting .323. Let's go to home runs. Patrick Mizika, 24 home runs. Otto Lopez there at 5. Daniel Palka there with 25 home runs. Let's go to on-base percentage. Jake Lamb leading the league and leading the entire AAA And on base percentage, Otto Lopez there at 5. Let's go to slugging. Otto Lopez leading the International League and leading the league. And Jake Lamb there at number 2. We have the top 2 sluggers in AAA. OPS, Jake Lamb, Otto Lopez in the top 2. And the top 2 hitters in AAA. I like to see that. Teddy Stankiewicz, 13 wins. Doesn't look like no Bisons. Saves, Melvin Ardone, leading the league. Leading the AAA league, I should say. Martin Durapo had 16, but he was with another team, which we acquired him from. ERA. Looks like we don't have anyone there in the top 13. Let's go to whip. Nobody there. Nobody there. Then we're back to batting average, and that wraps that up for AAA. We did clinch the division at 79 and 60, as you can see on your screen there. We don't know who they're going to be playing in the playoffs, but without further ado, we'll head to New Hampshire and the Fisher Cats, who have a record of 74 and 65, who I believe are in a playoff spot. There's no wild card. I won't be able to see. Does E mean eliminated? I hope not. Alright, so let's go over the lineups on rotation. Batting leadoff, it's Brock Lundqvist, Jordan Groshans, Jordan Adams, Deshaun Brown, Griffin Conine, Mason Martin, Logan Warmoth, Alejandro Kirk, Miguel Geraldo. Probably move Warmoth back to shortstop and Geraldo to second, because that's their positions. On the bench, we have Jalen Miller, Casey Clemens, Demi Oramoli, Gabriel Moreno, and Orelvis Martinez. Then lefties, I believe, is the same thing, but sub out Mason Martin for Casey Clemens, and Jalen Miller for Deshaun Brown, and Gabriel Moreno for Alejandro Kirk. The pitching staff, we have Alex Manoah, Eric Pardinho, Adam Kloffenstein, Kendall Williams, and our, I want to say, 3rd round pick last year. I could be wrong, but one of our draft picks last year in Jackson Glass. They're in the 5th spot in rotation. We moved Simeon Woods Richardson to the bullpen, where I do believe he will flourish more. I just never saw him as a starter on this team. I always saw him as a long reliever for us, but he still has that great potential. Only at 20 years old, you never know, he could flourish and to become a starting pitcher for us in the future. Sam Williams, Jesus Tanico, who looks like he pitched very well. Yancy Almonte, Hagen Danner, Corey Copping, and Aaron Fletcher, who also looked like he had an outstanding year. Let's head to the statistics. Position players, our top hitter, I would have to say, is Brock Lundqvist once again, who had 324 with 9 home runs, 33 RBIs, and on base percentage of 400, and an OPS of 886. Jordan Groshans right behind him, batting 312, 369 on base percentage, and 823 OPS. He also hit 9 home runs, but he got 50 RBIs. Take a look at the leaders there. I'm glad to see Jordan Groshans producing well in AA. You can see him making the jump to AAA next year. We can take a look at fielding. I didn't do that for AAA. I'm not going to do that here. Let's go over pitchers. Eric Pardinho had the most innings pitched. Alex Manoah had the most walks and the most strikeouts. The best ERA guy for starters, definitely Adam Kloffenstein, a 2.33 ERA with a 1.06 whip. You can take a look at the leaders there. Aaron Fletcher had himself a very nice year. Same with Jesus Tanico. Take a look at the leaders and the losers. Then starting pitchers. Let's keep it at this. We can go over to the FIP category. Yancy Almonte, the worst. Aaron Fletcher, Jesus Tanico, and Kendall Williams, the best. Not bad indeed. So let's head over to the league leaders. I do believe there's 3 leagues. Yes, there is. Jordan Groshans in second for batting average with Griffin Conine behind him. Where is Brock Lundqvist? Okay, I guess he's not eligible. We'll go over the top 13 as they're scrolling past your screen now. Elias Diaz batting .326 to lead the entire DoubleA league. Go to home runs. Jason Brown there at 8. Jordan Adams tied with him at 8. Gavin LaValle with 23 to lead the AAA league. On base percentage, Tyler Krieger. There's Jordan Groshans and Griffin Conine there at 12. Slugging, Elias Diaz. There's Jordan Groshans. OPS, Elias Diaz. Jordan Groshans is there. Same with Griffin Conine there at 13. All right. Wins, Eric Pardinho there at number 2. Clevenstein and Williams there at 7. That's what I like to see from our young pitchers in Double-A. Saves, Sam Wolf. Aaron Fletcher there at number 2 with 44. Not bad, not bad, not bad. ERA. Looks like no Bisons there. Is that right? Let's go to WHIP. I do see one Bison there at 13. That's not Bison, it's a Fisher Cat, excuse me. Been saying that wrong this entire time. Eric Pardinho, there at number 13. We are the Fisher Cats, not the Bisons. That's AAA. And there you go. We are 74-65, currently 3rd in the EL Eastern Division. I do not know if we made the playoffs. If I had to guess, I would say no. It might come down to the wire. But yeah, that is it for the stats update for the end of the AAA and AA seasons. I did call up Michael Geddes from AAA. That's why he wasn't there in the AAA spot batting leadoff. And we also brought up Elvis Luciano to be another pitcher in the bullpen for us. And we did call up Jakob Wagesback for the injured Nate Pearson. So 3 guys we called up from AAA. That's why the roster did look depleted. But that is the reason why. Our next game will be against these Boston Red Sox. Looks like at home, where we're going to have Shun Yamaguchi on the mound. And it looks like they're going to be sending out Brian Johnson. As we are closing in on the end of the season, where we still hold the top wildcard spot in the American League with a record of 83-59. With less than a month to go, I'm feeling confident, but we can't rest on our laurels easy. We cannot take our foot off the pedal. We have to keep going. Let's take a look at the Major League stats before we wrap up the video. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with 36 home runs, Bo Bichette with 34, Tellez with 33, Encarnacion still with 18, 15 for Grichuk, 12 for Biggio, 10 for Jansen and Hernandez, then 9 for Yastrzemski. Our best batter, definitely Edwin Encarnacion, but I'll have to give that to Rowdy Tellez, who has almost 200 more at-bats than him. Who's batting .313. On base, Edwin Encarnacion, but Tellez shows the better story. Lourdes Gurriel, 581. Encarnacion, 580. Tellez, 578. OPS, Encarnacion with 1,000. Tellez, 955. Guerrero Jr., 941. 923 for Gurriel. And 880 for Bichette. Take a look at the pitchers. ERA-wise, I'm definitely going to give that to our ace in Hyunjin Ryu with the 2.89 ERA, 1.19 WHIP. But our bullpen has been very solid. Sam Tuivasa, Tim Maiza, Richard Blyer, Michael Givens, Ken Giles, Austin Voth, Lindblom. Diaz is struggling a lot. But yeah, we have a very good bullpen here in Toronto and a very good rotation. Go over to the FIP category. Yeah, we're not going to pay attention to that. But Elvis Luciano, Edwin Diaz, Ryan Barucki have the worst. And Maiza, Giles, Givens, Troy Viola, and Yamaguchi, and Ryu, Nate Pearson, Anthony Kay all have the best. League leaders. I'll save that for the end of the season. But we do have one man on the 15-day DL. It is Nate Pearson, who was injured in the last episode. He's out with an elbow sprain. He has been out for about 7 days already. He will be back in time for the playoffs. I don't know if he'll be getting any starts because I want to make sure his arm is ready to go. He will definitely get some starts down the line, maybe 2 more starts, but the rest he'll be coming out of the bullpen just to ease him back in. I want to thank you guys for watching this video and this episode. And the next episode will be against the Boston Red Sox. And I do believe we will be making the trip out to Texas. And then we'll wrap it up in Baltimore to end the season. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.